And
All
you can
right,
boot
now
me.
we're
There
right. I can't do that. Then what are we doing? We're asking each other anything? What?
you go.
We are live now. We're live on YouTube. So hello everybody. Welcome to the AMA. Looks like we even got my mom on here today. I don't know if she's going to be answering any questions. Mom, you want
Hey,
to if anyone has any for you, you want to answer some?
Depends on what the question is.
Good way to do it.
If it's nothing personal
So
or
so
business,
not
I'm
any
in.
so not anything. Just ask you specifically something that you want to
well,
bounce
she'll
it off.
she'll she'll definitely tell you. I'm not answering. I'm not answering that.
Watch out.
Right, right. So the way that you'd ask a question, just like John Tier, you can raise your hand to do that. I believe you click the reactions button below and click raise hand here in Zoom. You could also type your question into chat here on Zoom and I'll relay it to Robert. Another way that you can do it is in the sidebar here somewhere on YouTube. You could comment as well, and I'll pass those on. Just write question or Q in front of your question. That makes it easier for me to find it. There's also a Zoom join link on YouTube. You can go to that and hop on Zoom here with us. We're slowly but surely admitting people. If you do have somebody that is showing up that has like maybe iPhone as their name or something along those lines, like maybe you have a guest that you've invited here that has a question, something along those lines, just know that it really helps us out if you post in chat ahead of time and say, hey, this person's going to be my guest. That just helps us make sure that we keep the good people in and the bad people out. So we've unfortunately had trolls from time to time on here, and so we're only admitting people into Zoom that we kind of know or have been invited. But if you click on the link and you're brand new, you can also comment on YouTube and say, hey, I'm trying to hop in. This is my name. And then I can admit you from there. With that said, I know, Dad, you have like a lot of stuff to share before we get started here.
Sure.
So I'm just going to pass it over to you and spotlight you for everybody. Do you want to go ahead and get started? I know I'm not the one to go, Robert Hollis. That's Craig.
Thank
He's
you.
unfortunately not with us today. But yeah, go ahead and open up and share with everybody, Dad.
Well,
Thanks
thank
for
you,
being on
Matt,
here.
for I know you got a lot of stuff going on all the time, so thank you for jumping on here and supporting us.
Always.
We love and appreciate you, and thanks a lot. And for the brand new people that got on, if I didn't say your name at the beginning, hello. I see Curtis and Sandy on here, Mike, Eric. Let me see Melody, of course, Diane, Dee Dee, George. I hope I mentioned everybody. If I didn't, Karen. I love and appreciate you guys jumping on here. The first thing that I want to share with you guys really, really quickly is I don't know how many of you just got off the Dream Trips training. Uh, Frickin' amazing, amazing. And, there's also, if someone knows the Telegram chat that Dream Trips has, make sure to post that in here so people can go and join that. At the beginning of the Dream Trips, they had like a QR code, and I clicked on it, and there's two groups of people in this industry. Of course, it's obvious. There's a group of people that I wouldn't put anybody in front of. People, and then there's people like Mark Smith. Mark Smith and I had spent like 2 hours on a webinar together. We came from the same school, So I think what some of you have seen recently is when you see the new movie that MDC just came out, the interactive movie, and then listening to Mark Smith today, it's fun to hear people use the same things that we were taught by our senseis, our masters. You know what I mean? It's just it's because they're just tried and true. They're really, really tried and true. And I'll give you guys just a couple of updates, but make sure to get that and look at it when the replay happens. I'll post it. But one of the things they talked about was just mind-boggling to me, is that if people decide to buy the 129 Dream Trips membership, even though it's 65 BV, it's only 65 BV, it counts as 90 and MDC's comp plan. So people that are coming in at 129 membership are executives. And of course, if they, get 4, pay no more, that would be over the 3 that you would need to go all the way to super affiliate. So when I heard that, I was like, that's crazy. So, and I'm going to say something that's going to make some of you laugh because, average people do average stuff, right? Don't you guys get people all the time that goes, what's the cheapest way I can get in because I don't make a lot of money. That's not a person that's looking to make money. It's like, but how many of you still run into people that they don't believe in themselves? They don't have confidence. They don't imagine themselves making money or in anything. So they always are asking you, what's the cheapest way? Well, dream trips at 129 digital with no freight, no tax, making you an executive. Damn, that I'm not familiar, but I'm one of those guys that could figure out. But right now, I'm not familiar with a better way to be executive. To give you a neat example, is that MDC as a whole markets brand bucks for what? 199, and that's 100 points. That's the same as executive. So how many people can go 199, 129, 199, 120? And of course, if you're following the Dream Trips way of building this, then people are always going to see the rest of the products. Does that make sense? So there's just some people that are going to be, hey, I like moving. I see Curtis Fallon on here. Curtis Fallon came from the World Ventures Dream Trips world. And look at, there he goes. You should be here. And I think the banners for us, Curtis, is going to be like, come trip with us, because, we got the other people on here like Jodie Foster that likes to trip when she's tripping. And and some of you are going like, I'm not raising my hand, but I'm in that group as well. Okay. So, go look at that and just see if that helps you. Because one of the things that is really hilarious, and I don't know if you guys notice this, but, Mark Smith and some of the people that really make huge money, I'm talking ridiculous money. We all lead with money, right? And so the one thing that I love about Dream Trips is when you're reaching out to somebody, you're talking about money without talking about money. Because some of you still haven't got past that fear and perspective of asking for money. So let me give you an example. I could reach out to Michelle and say, hey, Michelle, would you like to make extra money? And that might work and might not work. But if Terry and I reach out to Michelle and Ann and say, hey, listen, you guys want to go to Greece with us? And we'll show you how to get the trip for free. See, didn't I talk about money? I did. It's like air flights. What is it going to cost to go there? Can I get it 25%, 50% off? But why, when we think about going to a trip, why don't we think in money? Because we think in experience. See, our mind thinks in pictures. And so whenever you bring somebody up, if they see a picture, so like, like I've been doing is I when we were in pro travel, I'd reach out to people and say, hey, can I ask you a question? They're like, oh crap, here we go. And I'd go, what's the best trip that you've been on? What's the best, depending on where you live in the world, it's called trip, it's called vacation, it's called holiday. So tell me where your best holiday is. And it's funny, they'll tell you a city right away. They'll just say, we went to Peru. And all I got to say to them, and what Mark reminded me on this training with, is if you go, well, tell me what your favorite stuff is. What was your favorite things that you did in Peru? Here's what you guys don't realize happening if you haven't read Win Friends and How to Influence and Win Friends, right? The book. I know I said it not right.
Yeah, how to win friends and influence people.
Say it again, Matt.
How to win friends and influence people.
Right. If you don't know where that book is, Matt, if you can find the link, post it in the group, that'd be cool. So with me saying that, when You know, people, when you ask them a question, they're still guarded, right? All right. So they'll say Peru. As soon as you say, what'd you like most about Peru? That's called connection. How long have you and I been together, every one of you that have watched me, and I talk about you got to connect with people? You know what connection really is? You asking them a question that they can answer and you listen without interruption. That's what connection is. So they don't even know why. When you ask them the question, well, what's the favorite thing that you did? And you start talking about it, they just immediately go, I like this person. Why? You know, in the olden days, I'm 62, Terry's 32. Okay. So, but
True story.
one of the things is, how many times have you guys seen funny videos? I mean, movies where people come over to a house. We're all over at Michelle and Ann's house. And while we're there, Ann gets up and walks away. And Michelle's like shaking her head. And we're still just talking. And then all of a sudden, Ann comes out and he's got the slide projector. Look at Michelle. It's like, what are we doing? Hey, me and Michelle, you know, we went to Fiji and we want to show you all the family stuff that we did. And do you guys remember when that was funny? That was funny in a movie because we all went, damn, been here. Now, the only difference between Ant and some of the leaders that are here that are old like me is the next thing that came out is the whiteboard, and we start drawing circles. and so, you know, it's like, hey, you know, it's like, hey, let's go visit some friends. And Terry would be like, do you have to bring the whiteboard? Do you have to bring the whiteboard? Yeah, I'm going to show them how to make their imagination and dreams come true. So that was one thing that was said on there. And you know, it's just neat to hear other people. Like sometimes I even feel like a lone ranger. So, you know, to have Mark Smith that's been in this industry for 22 years, and I don't know how many years Jefferson Santos has been in, but I just wanted to say, please watch that. If it inspires you and you like it, they do 3 live presentations a week. 3 live presentations a week. So some of you are like, I can't do this business because you can't change your perspective. I can't do business without live presentations. Well, now you got them, right? And of course, they did that big training like they did today. What is that? Well, like 2.5 hours or something like that. That's I guess the first Saturday of every month. And then they have something else. I forgot what they did, but please find that YouTube. I mean,
Presentation, training.
get connected with that Telegram account if you guys haven't found it yet.
No, I went ahead and posted it in chat.
Good.
And I
Good,
posted
good,
it in here as well. Thank you, Dee Dee, for getting that to us.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dee Dee.
So that's all I want to cover on that. The second thing is, you guys know how I do the business. So let me really talk about a couple of things that's happening if you're focusing on the interactive. The one thing that Matt and I know about and spent millions of dollars on, and I'm not bullshitting. I don't know if Coach Bob is here, but when you're dealing, when you're dealing with trying to do marketing, it's all about test marketing. Some things work, some don't. And even when you find things that work, you want to do split tests to make it better. Does that make sense? So when I tell you how much stuff Matt and I made and how much we spent, here's what I'm going to tell you. There's some of you that might be very, very reluctant in using the new interactive video at MDC marketplace.com/your username. But I'm the kind of person that you're going to see me go all in with this. I want to be a person that proves whether or not it works or not, because I don't know. So I've had a lot of people, including Matt, that said, hey, you went through that presentation. To be bold and honest with you guys, which I always am, I haven't gone through every option on that interactive yet, because my perception of what it is doesn't matter. I brought this up the other day. The funniest thing I've ever dealt with when I was doing live presentations is guess who's the worst people to give you opinions on a presentation? People that are already in. It is a crack up that everyone that's already in the business gets to say, Curtis, that's not the way you do it. I think you should change this. I think you should change this. You should lead with this. You're missing this. But every one of us on here, I believe, are MDC reps because of a presentation that worked. It always cracks me up because the presentation that you're doing for people should be designed to talk to new people, right? So I know when you first watch the interactive thing, you're going, oh my God, the economy's bad. And hey, when the first time I heard a presentation, those things were in the presentation, right? The classic line in an old presentation is how many people know that the age of 65, you're either dead, relying on the government, or our family to survive. These are supposed to be your golden years, right? And so I'm gonna promote that video like crazy. Now, for you guys that know the way I do the business, there's only 3 things that are gonna happen. So Raymond brought this up. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Okay. So you'll immediately see people that go into the overthink, overwhelmed mode. See, they don't go, wow, nice video. Let me share it with 2,000 people and see what happens. You see what I mean? See, when you're a professional marketer, that's what me and Matt would do. Me and Matt have had, this will be funny. If you guys don't know this, Matthew is a frickin' genius. A genius. I mean, his IQ is
I don't know what my IQ is.
Yeah, he's just a frickin' genius, right? So, Matt, is this true or not true? Me and Matt have come up with some of the most incredible ideas. I mean, you guys, if you heard our ideas, you'd be going, I don't even deserve to be on a Zoom with these guys, right? And me and Matt get excited about the concept. We love being creative. Then we go out and try to market it, and it does frickin' nothing.
Right. Yeah. I think one of the biggest things and hurdles to get over in marketing, especially when you're learning, is that your opinion is not the important one. And like when we all start like marketing something or sharing something with someone else, we're so used to, like, some people will say, oh, you've already shared movies with people. You've already shared this and that. And normally you shared those with your opinion. So it's really hard sometimes when someone goes, hey, here's how you would share this movie with people. Here's how you'd market this movie. And, people even when they're pitching their own stuff don't know how to do it because they'll get so involved in the way that they want it to be done that they'll just kind of forego any version of it that actually works because you're like, well, maybe I know better. It's like, truth be told, like, you don't. Like, that's honestly, everything you said, that A/B testing is truthfully the way that you figure out whether things work or not. You'd be surprised at the amount of simplistic marketing campaigns for massive companies that have worked and the ones that they believed would work that didn't. You know what I mean? Let's all not forget.
And that's why
Coca-Cola rebranded itself and then went back on it.
Yeah. Great
Think
point,
about
Matt.
that. It's only one of the biggest brands in the history of the world. So even if you're at the tippity top and you're going, this would be a smart idea to reinvigorate new people. Let's do this. Let's change it up, right? So you get someone new to marketing that goes, let's do it this way, this way, this way, this way. And then they're like, let's do new Coke, right? We'll get the new generation with the new Coke. And then everybody that drank the old Coke was going, what the hell? Like, now I'm gone. And you didn't get the new people. They're drinking Pepsi because Britney Spears is in the ads. I don't know. I'm rambling now.
But why I bring this up, you guys, is some of you that are very close to me understand that we went through like the 16 personalities. We had people take that test. And when you really realize that, what your target market is and what may or may not work with that. So let's again talk about those 3 things that will work. So if you send somebody that interactive video and they look at it, what's the chances that they might do nothing? Okay. So that doesn't change. So if you shared my 6-minute video of me showing my income and to say, listen, if you decide to create a free account, then I'd like to be able to introduce you to Robert Hollis in a group chat. So how many of you sent out that video and my affiliate link and people did nothing? So see, they're the same, right? They're the same. But when people are marketing something new, we have that unrealistic expectations. So when people get in brand new and they go, I sent that link to 7 people, no one did nothing. That's showing me that you're not showing it to enough people, right? Because really, honestly, what I'd love to say to you is that's too small of a number to even calculate. So that'd be like if I took you guys to buy you a brand new car of your choice and you get in it and we go, let's go for a test drive. And you put it in drive and we drive 5 feet and I go, that's enough. Okay. Put it in park. And you're like, that's not a test drive. I go, it is today. You know what I mean? You'd go, wouldn't you be pissed off even if it was your car you wanted? It's like because you were expecting a little longer test drive, right? The second option is people are going to look at it and they're going to want to know what's on the other side. And I love that, Josh, did you guys hear that Josh said, because I know some of you don't believe this, I'm always joking, but Josh has a lot of data. He's got an almost 10-year-old company. He's got all those product pages. He's got all those opportunity pages. He's got all those videos. He's got the mobile app. Do you guys realize that he might know what thing is working and what's not? See, everybody forgets about that. When I got involved in MDC, this is all I asked Josh. What page works the best? What page has the higher conversion rate? Now, if I go look on the page and I go, I don't like that image, see how fast you can mess yourself up? I don't like people with tattoos. You know what I mean? Or whatever. Okay, good for you. And so that's crazy. So understand that when people, when he said in the video, in the monthly call, if you guys haven't seen that, is that people will click, people won't put their name in email in anymore. Why would he just randomly say that? Because that's the capture pages me and Matt used to use. You had 2 choices, put your name and email in or click the X and go off the website because that's what we're taught. Well, now if you can see how many people are hitting the site and how many people will not put their name and email in, he's got that data. So that's why you can go to that page and people can click on, I don't want to watch the video. I just want to go, I want to get started. Now, when they click on that, if they put their name and their email in, it'll automatically show up in your prospect. So if you go in the back office on MDC and you click on team, I believe, and then contact list, there's 3 parts, right? There's customer, affiliate, and prospects. If you click on prospects, you should get an email. If you don't, maybe you can connect with MDC to tell them to reactivate. I've had people tell me, I never got an email ever from MDC. And I said, did someone do you a favor and sign you up for yourself? Yeah. Curtis said he would take care of signing me up, so I didn't have to. Well, that's from the same IP address. So the server said, wow, this is a spammer. He's got multiple accounts that he created off this IP address. We're not gonna activate the email and then get reported for spamming. Have any of you ever, no, don't raise your hand. Do any one of you know people that have created accounts for other people? Okay, so that means that they never got any emails. So congratulations. But hey, you were being smart and doing a shortcut and trying to help the person out, right? So as long as you're helping people, it's not helping them. So again, if you heard that for the first time, there it is.
If they're 5 years old, then you can do it. But adults should be able to fill that shit out all on their own.
Yeah, if they can't fill that out, I'm not working with them. So here's the next step. So it shows up in your prospect list. Now, here's the cool thing. Josh must have created a different database for prospects. than affiliates and customers. So now the next thought is you get an email, or you go into prospects, you see their phone number. If you have courage, call them up. I think that some people are scared to call people. Would I call people? Yes. And here's why. Here's why. Hi, is this Sandy? Yeah. Did you just check out the interactive video for My Daily Choice? Yeah, I did. And you called me already? Yeah. I noticed that you didn't go anywhere further. Is there any way that I can help you? Well, I clicked on there and I filled it out, and it seemed like right away it wanted money, so that's why I left. Well, Sandy, what if there was a way that you could check out the system, including the app, for free? Really? Yeah, I got you. Is this your email address? It is. Let me send you over an affiliate link that you can click on and create a free account. How many of you are going, yeah, Robert really knows how to do this, right? Now, if there's no phone number, I'm going to send them an email. Same thing. I'm going to say, thank you, Sandy, because her name's in there. Thank you, Sandy, for checking out my system. Not MDC system, my system, right? And then underneath there, I'm going to say, I noticed that you didn't go any further. If you'd like to check out the company and get more information, you can create a free account. Here's the link. And also, here's some videos to get more information. If you'd like to meet on Facebook, here's the way you can get a hold of me, or on Telegram. And if there's anything I can do to help you, that's how I can help you. So now, is everyone aware of now what to do if you're marketing the My Daily Choice marketplace.com/your name? All right. So I would just say, check, just share it with everybody and see what they do. What I'm using right now is a tagline is I'm just telling people, hey, check this out. My system's better than yours. That's what I'm doing with a lot of people on my list. I've already had one person that came in and they go, this doesn't even look like the same company I left. And I'm going, not even close. Not even close. So those are some things that I wanted to bring up to you. Again, this is a AMA, Ask Me Anything. So if you guys want to ask me any questions about this, or what I'm doing with Dream Trips, or what you need to do, that's why we're here. And so people that are not familiar with everything that we do, I just want you to know that you're open to asking us any questions as well. Hey, Joshua Daramella, I see him on here from Africa. So I don't even think I've introduced Aunt and Michelle. If you see Joshua Daramella on here, him and his team did like, I don't know, I think it was almost 400,000 in volume in Nigeria. So yeah, we joke because I think that Joshua, are you here, Joshua? I don't see you. There he is. Well, if you hear me, Joshua,
Yeah,
you can.
he's muted right now. If he unmutes, I can
He
ask
might
him to unmute.
But this is what I was going to say about Joshua. He's got this little pitch, Michelle and Ant, where he says, we have over 40 people that make over $1 million in a month. And it's like we create millionaires that, so again, you guys know the conversion rate that constantly changes on the hour, but it's still a very, very comical thing. So Joshua, I'm so proud of him. He's got had a couple of 50Ks there. And so it's exciting. It's exciting. Let's, yeah, he's not connected or something. So anyway, let's do the AMA, and you guys can also. We got the beautiful Terry here, so she can. Yeah, and can I be bold with you guys? You guys know I'm always straight to the point, right? Guess what Terry asked me when she was getting on here? And I said, "What?" She said, "Can I ask people that always show up on your trainings? Can I ask them questions?" I was like, "Uh-oh." Because I think you guys could probably immediately know what kind of questions he's going to ask you. Yeah, are you kidding me? So, so if anyone wants to, what would that be?
What do you mean?
If anyone's brave enough to come on here and say, yeah, I want Terry to ask me a question.
It'd be funny. It'd be like, okay, if you ask a question, then she gets to ask you a question. So it's like,
there you
uh-oh, hands
go.
start going down.
All right, let's go. Let's get going.
Well, thank you for that, Dad. Love and appreciate you. I know a lot of people are excited about everything that you got going on, especially with the dream trip stuff and the new like funnel and everything. I know I went through the whole entire funnel yesterday because I'm one of those people that's like, it's funny because you reached out to me and you're like, hey, are you going through the funnel?
Yeah.
Because
Well,
you
you
saw
and I
me
were going
sign
through the
up,
funnel
right?
because we both created accounts. So yeah, you can see
Exactly. I'm like, new email. Let's see what happens. What emails am I getting? Because I need to know, right? Like if I wasn't helping market it, I would also just be curious how it works, right? Because anything that they're coming up with over there sparks my curiosity. So with that said, guys, this is an Ask Me Anything with Robert Hollis. So we're going to get started with the Ask Me Anything segment of this. To ask a question of Robert, click the reactions on the bottom here and click raise your hand on Zoom. You can also type your question into chat and I'll pass it along to Robert. Here on Zoom or on YouTube, you could just type it in the side of YouTube if you're watching us live on there. We already have a couple of hands raised. Wow, already like 5 hands raised. So we're going to get started with everybody here. We're going to try to get to all the questions that we can. If we end up not getting to some of the written questions or some of the hands up, definitely we'll write it down and then probably answer them next week and stuff. So with that said, I'm going to go through the first person that has their hand up. John Tier, are you with us? I'm going to ask you to unmute.
Hey guys.
How you doing?
John.
All right, this became AMA hot seat. I see now, huh? Oh man, I was like, what? Ask me a question? Let me put my hand down now, you know. It's all right, Robert. Man, I'm so excited. That new presentation, that interactive thing is just it's off the chain. My only question really is, what is the magic number? I think I heard you say 2,000. I remember you said before when you first got started, you said get 70 people in 30 days. Does that still apply to this kind of system, or do I need more? What would be the magic number for 30 days?
It's funny because again, what you want to measure is the outcome. You know, when you get in really big marketing groups, everything now is all about here's the outcome that we would like, right? So we don't know if a person's interested or not interested until they view the video.
Right.
And unfortunately, we don't know, you know, who's watching it and how long they did. So my deal is when now that I understand the business, I know why my mentor said I need 70 in a month to watch the video. And so, you know, I would say with this system, this system is like, if you got 70 people that at least became prospects a month, I think that, you know, so you could follow up on them and stuff like that. You know, the more mature you get in this industry, you know that you're just consistently looking for people that want to learn how to supplement their income. You know, we always talk about if you can excite someone that when they first get in is on a 2 or a 3, and then you could say something, well, listen, our first focus is I don't want you paying the $129 a month if you're doing dream trips. So let me help you get your 4 so you don't pay anymore.
Yeah.
So who do you know that travels all the time? I guarantee you, you're dealing with a whole different, unique group of people that travel all the time.
That's true. You're right.
They have a different mindset. They're risk takers because that's why most people won't go on a vacation outside. I'm not leaving the United States. Are you kidding me? I can take you to some place in the United States. If I dropped you off, there's a pretty good chance you won't get out alive.
Okay. You're right.
It's just we don't want to talk about those places here, you know. But yeah, what I would do, John, because I know how much you've worked on yourself, that's a great way to set an example for a brand new person to go after. But you're really looking to change people's lives, so now the numbers don't matter. You know, I just man, if people ask me how many people that I reach out to, I don't know.
Yeah.
That's just something I do every day.
It's funny you should say that. I stopped setting I'm gonna do this to so many people in a day. Now it's just I'm working this time frame.
Yeah.
I work from this time to that time because sometimes you get into conversations with people
Yes.
that take time. And so now you're like, oh, I didn't reach my goal. So I stopped doing that. I'm saying, you know what? All I'm gonna do is connect with people, give them a gift, and then ask them for a favor. And
Correct.
whatever time frame that is just that time frame.
It is. It is. So set the amount of time that you're going to do, and yeah, just be consistent. Just be consistent, and as Dr. Ann says, be disciplined and just keep doing it. Just keep doing it.
That's
And
it.
the only other thing that you got to add to that consistently is you got to find a way. You guys probably hear me say this, and probably very few of you ever do it. If you don't get connected yourself before you do these calls, you're not going to get the results. You're just not. You see every person in the world that, Michael Phelps, he would be the guy that was walking around that he's nowhere close to anybody else, and he's got his headphones on and he's getting connected. He's getting in the mental thought. And I think you guys probably have all seen that meme that they said constantly would happen when Michael Phelps swam. Is he was focused to get to the finish line, and the people that were next to him in a swimming pool wanted to see where the hell he was. And so, all of them are glancing like, how close am I getting to him, or how fast is he blowing me away? And Michael Phelps never looked at anybody. It was like, wham. So great question, John.
Okay, I think there was something else I was going to say, but I forgot what it was just that fast.
Well, you can raise your
Yeah,
hand again.
yeah,
We won't
if
penalize
it comes
you.
back up again. Yeah,
Yeah.
if it comes back up again, you can also just post it in chat if we don't get around to it as well.
Yeah.
So
But that was the main question. Yeah. Oh,
Thank
I
you,
know what I
Jim.
was going to say. Robert, you're
okay.
absolutely right about people not expecting a call from you. Because when I was running traffic, to pages, I would always call, and so many people said, "Man, nobody's ever called me back.
Right.
Nobody's ever called me. You're the first person that's ever called me." And I love calling people.
Yeah.
That's my jam.
Yeah.
I
People
love
reach out
calling
to
people.
me on Messenger and they just can't believe that I get back to them right away. And then when we get further in the conversation and get to know each other, then they tell me about how many other people they reached out to that wouldn't send them a message. I'm going like,
Yeah, I get that. I got
yeah,
that a lot when I was running like cold traffic. Pick up the phone and call a person. I talk to them like I've known them for years. You
yeah,
know, and then they say,
they're
"Man, you're the only
interested.
person."
They're interested. Yeah, I've only tried to call leads one time, and it was just my experience. I'm not saying anything against it, but when it was like the second or third person I got a hold of, I can't remember again. I don't ever count what doesn't matter. And I finally got there was two people in a row that I connected with that goes, "Well, you guys stop calling me." And I'm
Yeah.
going, I just called you for the first time. No, I've had like 6 people call me. And I was really nice to him. And I said, well, please find it in your heart to forgive me. Can I ask you a question? They go, sure. I said, do us all a favor and stop filling out those forms.
Yeah. Okay. Right. Yeah.
It's like, why are you up in the middle of the night like you would with an infomercial saying, hey, I'll check this out. And you're filling out forms. Maybe you're high, maybe you're drunk. But it's like, don't get pissed off when people call you because you filled out a form.
The other thing that I did notice too, over the time, because people stopped answering their phones, and I noticed I was starting to get very good at sending them voice texts or send them text, and people will have a tendency to look at their text right away as soon as it comes
Yeah,
in.
no doubt. No doubt. Thank you, John. Love and appreciate you.
All right, guys. Terry.
Thanks,
Okay,
John.
what's your question, Terry?
Oh, that's all right. Go ahead.
Okay.
Oh, hey, come on. No chicken out.
Okay, I wanted to know how many people on here are in Robert's group. I also wanted to know how many people on here are on subscription. How many people on here use the shampoo, the oil, a huge part of our product line? That's all I wanted to know. Because we use damn near everything.
What I got shampoo, I got Oh Snap, I have the E Extreme, I got the 100 Daily, I got
Awesome.
CBD.
Awesome.
So
I'm just
I use
curious
it.
because I'm never on here. So those were my
I was
questions.
telling Terry she'd be surprised. I don't know why people would get on here and not be involved. And a lot of people here are inner circle members. A lot of people on here are dream imaginators. So I love and appreciate you all. But she was
Thank
like,
you. I was just curious. So I'm never on here. So anyway,
Look,
that's it.
I have very little hair, and yet I still use the shampoo.
I have a lot and I love the shampoo. Love that stuff. Thank you,
very
guys.
cool.
Right, guys.
Thanks, John. Thank you,
Mhm.
Mom. Thanks,
Yeah.
Dad, for your answers as well. Appreciate you guys.
Thanks, Matt, for hosting.
See here. Looks like the next person in line is Lisa Marie. Lisa Marie, I'm going to ask you to unmute. Are you with us?
I sure am. Hi, guys.
Hi,
Hello,
Lisa Marie. How
hello.
are you?
I am blessed, highly favored, deeply loved. Thank you so much. I know
Yes,
you
you
too.
are. Yes, you are.
And Terry, it's so nice to see you here.
Yeah.
I love that. In fact, it's kind of funny that she asked that question because my question was kind of, you know, I I gotta be vulnerable again, but sometimes when you give us analogies or say certain things, I don't always get it. I
That's
don't
okay.
always get it. And
I
that makes
remember
me
I remember when I first got in the company, and even Mark Smith said this today, which I really, really love, is he goes, you guys got to stop trying to impress yourself and stop using language that people don't understand. See, so a lot of people will use language and like, do you guys know that if you every time you spell downline or upline, it's not a real word? The spell check will come up. It's like, but we randomly use a sponsor and recruiting and upline, downline, and volume and binary and check matching. We're constantly using words that no one knows.
Yeah.
And how do you feel? Again, how do you act and how do you feel? How do you feel when someone walks up to you and asks you a question in a different language that you don't know?
right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So just remember that, because some people try to give people all this, especially people that are new life coaches, they want to tell you all kinds of stuff that, oh man, I've never heard that word. In fact, Mark said, he says, I still have troubles, even spelling entrepreneur. And I
Me
wrote in the
too.
chat, I still don't got it down. I still haven't figured it out. Yeah. So
But
that,
within the last week, there was a time where you were talking about, yeah, it was within the last week. And you were talking because I am one of those people,
I know.
6 years, and I have purchased for executive since day one.
yeah.
I have never missed it. So yes, I use all the products, most of them. We're getting so many, I can't keep up with trying all of them.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
But you did say something specifically about that person and whether it was putting FOMO in a person because of that the volume on the other side. And I
Right.
think that is exactly what I've been doing because I'm afraid to lose. There's 110,000.
Wow.
And it's like, and do you know how frustrating that is to just to see that and then still struggle every month? You know what I mean?
I do, but why wouldn't you look at it instead of being frustrated? You would look at it and go, holy cow, I was the right person at the right place. And people are working and building my savings account so that as I learn to do this and apply what I know to the other leg, then because whatever I see bank volume from the time that I've seen bank volume, my mind looks at that and goes 110,000, 10% of that is 10,000 with another 5, that's 15,000. There's $15,000 in my savings account and I need to get that money out of there.
I need that in Buddy's place like yesterday.
Yeah. And the company says, hey, you build volume on the other side, we'll give it to you. And I'm like, so when I look at volume, I don't get frustrated. I get excited because the first thing that you guys should see every time you log into your binary and you look and you click on the binary, and then I always go, okay, go to the bottom of this left leg. And I go all the way to the bottom, and then I just go up a level, up a level, up a level, up a level. And then my mind goes, well, apparently someone's doing something.
Mhm.
It's like,
Right.
do you guys remember my story of getting involved in this company? Just the quick part of it that got me is Terry was telling me almost every day, I'm getting emails on a daily basis that there's new people underneath me. And I was like, why? Who's doing that? Why is it happening? So those emails don't go out anymore. But what I do to people is I bring them in, and as soon as I get somebody underneath them, Lisa, or another person underneath them, I'll go in the back office and I'll take a screenshot with them at the top. And I'll take a screenshot and I'll just send it to them and say, hey, Lisa Marie, you got a couple of new people underneath you today. So to me, there's no way to prove to anybody that what we're doing is working than you constantly adding people to their organization. Now, some people still might not do anything.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Because in their mind, they're thinking something different. So this is what I always say to them, Lisa. I say, Lisa, you do know I'm available here for you to talk to any of the best people you know. I know, but still you got to bring it to the front of their mind. And they're like, well, how does that work? You know what I mean? Because people don't realize that I still contact people's people. I do.
I love that about
I
you.
don't want to contact your 200 people that you think might do this. But if you got the cojones, the ovaries to put me in front of your very best person that you know, is, I believe in connection, and I also believe where two are gathered, there is in the midst, right? So two people can mastermind to figure out the best way to contact somebody, to figure out what their hot buttons are, whatever. And see, people that are the best people, the people that are on a lot of people's chicken list, you cannot go after them about money. You cannot go after them for buying things. You cannot go after them to divert their attention. The top 10% of the people in the world are laser frickin' focused.
Yeah.
They're laser focused. And so, that's why I've always made a joke about LinkedIn. It's like everyone on LinkedIn already knows they're in the best thing. I don't need to talk to somebody on LinkedIn because they're laser focused. They got a LinkedIn deal. Here's who I am. They took the time to fill out their profile, and this is what I'm doing. So what would be other angles that you could hit after them? So this is what I do for other professional network marketers. I would reach out to you, Lisa Marie, and say, man, can you imagine if you had this system in your business? And they're going like, damn it, what kind of system does he have? Because marketers want to see what other marketers are doing all the time. And so I hope those things helped you, Lisa. So when something's not clicking with you, that's why they said that phrase, when the student's ready, the teacher appears.
Yeah, because sometimes it's like the second, the third, but I always get it, but it's like,
but see, then since God created you to be a miracle, why do you fucking compare yourself with other people?
I'm not comparing myself with other people so much.
I'll tell you why you are.
Okay.
I'll tell you why you are. You go, when you say something, Robert, it takes me so long to get it. Compared to fucking who?
Zinger.
See?
Yeah. Yeah. You're right.
So what
Yeah.
you got to do is you, instead of, oh my God, it takes me so long, it's like, holy shit, I'm figuring this out.
I
Holy
know.
shit,
I
I'm
do get
getting this.
excited. Yeah, I do. I
Yeah. Oh
do.
my God. Because every one of you don't realize that every time you learn something new, every time another perspective comes in, all these videos I've been doing for the last 2 weeks, I put them in a folder in a playlist on my YouTube, and I just called it perspective. And I went on AI to find out different ways to say perspective. And listen to this one. The one that resonated most with me is your view of the world. Now, listen closely, you guys. Every one of you have your unique view of the world. And you're not going to get my lifestyle until your perspective of the world changes. So I run into people where their perspective of the world is that it's ending. Who gives a shit? And I'm going to do as little as possible because no one cares.
Right. Right.
Matt sent me a video today, and some of you are going to get mad when I say this because I will be messing with your perspective, right? So we've seen all the actors and all the writers and everyone go on strike in Hollywood, right? Shut the whole damn industry down. I want a raise. I want benefits. Let's get this done. They put everything to a halt. Then the union finally broke, gave them what they want. And now there's studios all over Hollywood that are empty. And everyone said, well, they want to make money, so I need the best benefits. I need more money. I need more money. And they were betting that the studios would say, we'll figure it out. Well, we'll figure it out. We want to make the money. No, the studios are shutting down. So now everyone that got a raise and benefits
No work.
don't have a job.
No work.
Wow. Ouch. Ouch. That hurts. And I think that, and what was the other thing they were fighting for other than more wages and more benefits? You got to kill this AI. You got to kill this AI stuff. And now there's people like Ashton Kutcher. Matt sent me some videos, and everyone's going like, man, I don't think we need people to make movies anymore.
Yeah, it's wonderful when you sit in a place now where like even the people that are incredible, you have two different sides of it, right? You have people that make money off of it, and then there's people that are creative. And the people that are creative are jacked out of their minds because they're going now, my imagination is limitless. I don't need $100 million anymore to make this. I don't need that anymore. How exciting is that? And even in that article that I posted in the Imaginators group, about the stuff that Ashton Kutcher was saying, and this isn't uncommon stuff to say. There's a lot of these creative people that are saying this, but they're seeing it more as like an opportunity to grow their influence, their brand, what they're doing. Because like I've said in the past, the thing that's really going to matter and stand out is like the communities and the followings that you grow. I know for a fact that there's going to be people that are making full films, right? And putting them on YouTube. And I've said this, and making millions of dollars in ad revenue and subscriptions. And that's all they do, right? And people just follow waiting for the next time they make something. I hope to be one of those people, obviously. So
do you guys know who these two people are? Jay Shetty, and then there's another person is called Prince EA or whatever.
Yeah.
When Jay Shetty came on the scene, every story that he said on a YouTube video, I had already heard. These incredible, stories. I don't remember who just sent me this story. I apologize if you guys are watching, but this guy sent me a story of this martial arts teacher, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. And he was walking someplace and seen a kid that was sort of really, really shy, and he didn't have a left arm. And so the guy walks up to him and says, hey, listen, I'd like you to come to my gym and I'd like to train you for free. And the kid said, yeah. And all the kids were watching, and he was teaching the kid something that other people weren't learning. And he kept drilling this kid, kept showing him, and he kept getting more confidence and more confidence. Then he went to a tournament, and they go in the first round, and that kid with missing his arm pinned the guy right away. And everyone was freaking out. It's like a Karate Kid story, right? And then he goes to the next round and he wins. And then he goes to the next round and wins. And everyone's freaking out. He gets the gold medal, and everybody's going, "Oh my God, this is amazing." So when they went back to their dojo, the studio, the other kids go, "What did you teach him?" And he goes, "Why don't you wrestle? Why don't you spar him?" And the kid immediately took that kid down that's been there forever. And he went, "Wow." And he goes, "Did you guys notice what happened?" And everybody goes, "No, even though he just did it, we seen him at the tournament. We still don't know what he's doing." He said the only defense to his takedown is the grabbing of someone's left arm. He doesn't have one. So to think that every other kid that's ever learned Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, if this guy does this move on you, you grab the left arm. He doesn't have one. And I just love that story because that's how unique each and every one of us are. Every one of us is unique, and we got to discover those gifts instead of trying to be like everybody else.
Right.
So
Right.
Lisa, I believe that in you, and pat yourself on the back. You're getting gooder and gooder every time we talk.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. And I do have one question for Terry. If
Sure.
that's
Uh-oh.
okay. Now, I don't know if you know Robert, but I did ask Terry if I could do a podcast with her. And she has not answered me yet, but and I didn't know if you were worried about what kind of questions I was going to ask, but honestly, I just wanted it to be a conversation. I want to know the woman behind the master, whatever. You probably are the true master, Terry.
No doubt.
And I
No
just want
doubt.
to, I want everybody else to see that too.
How
So
about I do one after we get back from Cabo? Because my mom just got out of the hospital today. And so I'll be doing things she went to stay with my sister for a little bit, but I'll go over
Okay.
there and visit her and help out with whatever. So how about when we get back
That's
from
awesome.
Cabo?
Yes, I will take it. Thank you so
Okay.
much. Love you guys.
Yeah, for some of you that think that you never can get to where I am in business, that could be a true statement. Because all of you know that I am unbelievably connected, and I have an incredible, partner, man. Yeah, I mean, in our darkest moments, she never ever told me, "Listen, go get a job." And I mean, dark, no car, no home,
Mhm.
on welfare. And this lady never, ever got me to quit. And she could have. My goal is to make her happy. But, instead what she's done is intervened in my life a number of times when I wasn't on the right path.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
asking me and Matt to help her with MDC. That really started out just helping her with her business, but it was with Melaleuca. And me and Matt found
I
out
remember.
Yeah,
Yeah, I remember.
and we found out right away that, Terry got a bunch of emails from corporate saying, take all that stuff down. And that's when me and Matt said, it's sort of like, honestly, all three of us, with Matt no longer wanting to do advertising and stuff, and me not wanting to do the brand, there was like all of us. And of course, Hannah was living with us now, but it was like everyone in the family was like, we need to find something. And we threw that out in the universe, and MDC showed up. And so yeah, it's been a fun journey for sure.
I love that your whole family is involved. We all can only hope for something, that
Well, yeah, and Lisa, let me share with
camaraderie.
that just for a brief second there. We all got to take personal responsibility. And the one thing that makes me unique that a lot of you got to work on is Matthew and my mother-in-law and Terry, all of them seeing me do some results. You want your whole family backing you, Lisa? make some frickin' money.
Right.
And the first
Right.
thing they're going to say, well, we'll see if it's consistent. Yes, we frickin' will see if it's consistent.
Mhm.
And it's that, a lot of people are always talking about their spouses not supporting them. In reality, you have shared a lot of promises and dreams and imaginations with them, and they're just sick and tired of it.
Right.
They're just like, listen, I've heard this shit from you my whole entire life.
Yeah. Shut up or put up. About time, right?
And
Better get off the pot, man.
yeah, so you just got to
Yeah.
get a connection, throw your imagination out there, and then start connecting people. It always worked. That phrase that I've been using recently, it's every one of you know what to do. Every one of you know what to do. And if you don't, here it is. You got to connect with people that you don't know and build a connection with them.
Mhm.
And I guarantee you, every one of you, every day, including the guy that's talking right now, can find other things to do than the shit that I'm supposed to be doing. It's human nature.
Mhm.
I mean, I'm 62 years old. I could at any time during my career, my life, go, this is the day that I'm going to lose some weight. I'm going to do it seriously. And now everybody's worried for me. You know what I mean? It's like, you're still not eating? No, I've lost 27 pounds now.
Awesome.
Yeah. And I'm checking in with myself. I'm asking myself, do I feel all right? Is everything going okay? And I'm trusting myself now more with my health than I ever have.
Well,
And
you inspire
I'm
me
getting results
always.
and I'm feeling great. So some people would go, I don't think you should not eat. And I'm going, listen, I'm getting my enzymes, I'm getting my minerals, I'm getting my electrolytes, and I'm getting my nutrition.
You are probably better off all the crap they put in our foods.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I remember reading the book, The Science of Getting Well. Wallace Wattles wrote that one too. And he explains it very quickly. He says, listen, if you're a lumberjack, now he wrote the book in 1910, right? He goes, if you're a lumberjack that lives in Alaska, you're going to need 3 really big meals. He's going, you're cold, you're out there, you're chopping down wood, you're a lumberjack all day. Now, and then he goes, now listen, if your job is sitting at a desk, and of course, always talk about nutrition, not just eating stuff. You know what I mean? All of us know you can eat the wrong stuff, right?
Right.
What are you talking about?
Well,
I
anyway,
didn't say nothing.
thank you guys. And Terry, prayers to your mom.
Thank
And
you.
You bet.
Thanks,
quickly,
everybody.
and have fun in Cabos.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. Thanks, guys. Love you.
Thank you so much, Lisa Marie. That's crazy. Cabo's coming up quick. When is that?
20th.
Wow, that's
You're
insane.
you're
That's
so
gonna be fun.
close. You're so close. Come over.
I'm already in. It's nice here. I'm just kidding.
Oh
I'm just giving you shit. I actually saw this quote. You guys are gonna laugh. My mom's gonna love this, right?
Awesome.
There's this quote that I heard, I think it was yesterday or the other day, and it's like, has anyone read or gone through the book, The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck? Like, have any of you guys read it, heard of it? There's this like one saying that the person who gives the least amount of fucks gets the most amount of fucks, which sounds vulgar, but it's the truth. The truth is the person that cares the least amount about what everyone else thinks tends to get the most out of it, right? Because you're more present, you're more there for yourself, you're there for the people around you. And I just thought I'd share that because it was a constant reminder yet again, Lisa Marie, like what you're saying, or in general, a bunch of people deal with this, myself included. But that feeling of like, I don't want other people's judgment, or I wish everyone would support me, or I hope I'm in the right place, or I'm thinking right, or maybe I need validation from someone on the outside that I'm doing the right thing because I don't have enough personal self-confidence to know that I'm doing the right thing. And I think all of us could work a little bit more on that, myself included.
Yeah.
Just don't care as much, you know, and it is
Learn
hard.
to
I get
trust,
it.
learn to trust yourself. Learn to trust
That's
yourself.
really it. Like, I love
It
that
is.
video that you did, Dad, about trusting yourself, because, and I said that that video had an impact on me. It made me like, even to this day, my dad will do videos or bring up subjects that then I internally think to myself, do I trust myself? And it's like, in certain areas, absolutely. In other areas, not enough. You know what I mean?
Right.
Still not enough. And so just like you've shared, Dad, you're still going through that process. We're all still going through that process. It's good
Never
to be humble with
stops.
yourself. Yeah, yeah.
It
So
never
thank you guys
stops.
so much.
I seen the first time that I was on Eric Worre's stage, I was in a panel with people, right? And everyone was saying, well, it just feels so uncomfortable, and I suck at this, and I'm not good at this, and I don't think I'm good at this, and all of this stuff. So that was the question to the panel. And when Eric Worre asked me, this is what I said. You got to get used to never having that go away. And Eric even looked at me like, what? And I go, every year I'm challenging myself. And when I challenge myself, I learn and do new things that I suck at.
Yeah, it's like,
If you're
imagine
looking for
shooting.
one day for everything to feel okay and it's calm, Mario Andretti said this in race cars, right? He said, if you're driving and you feel under control, you're not going fast enough. And so it's that thin line of being able to challenge yourself, because when you challenge yourself, you keep raising your confidence, you keep raising your self-esteem. You just keep going up. So yeah, great, Matt. Thanks for sharing.
Well, thank you. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Lisa. Again, love you.
Thank you so much, Lisa. Looking forward to the podcast with my mom. I think that's an exclusive, because I don't think trying to think if I've ever even done any. I don't think so. But with that said,
I was going to be on this last Wednesday, but Grandma got sick. So
yeah, I totally understand. I can't believe she'd do that. What was wrong with her? No.
What the hell?
No, she's doing much better, by the way, guys. That's from
Yeah.
what I hear and everything. So keep her in your thoughts and stuff like
Thank you,
that.
everybody.
Really appreciate all the words
Thanks, Jerome.
and everything and the support. With that said, I'm going to move on to the next person that has their hand up. Kai, I'm going to ask you to unmute. Are you with us?
Hey guys, can you hear me all right?
Yep.
Can you hear you?
great.
Awesome.
Can you hear me all right? Or
Yep.
do I
Yeah.
take my earbuds off? Okay. Awesome. First of all, Robert, I just found out through the Mr. Health Fitness competition how much you donated and how much James Saunders donated and everybody else that actually donated. From the bottom of my heart, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I mean, the childhood cancer research would love you guys. I honestly did not find out until this morning. It just brought tears to my eyes. It was just like, holy crap.
I mean, Kai, Kai to have tens of thousands of people enter that contest, and you're still number one in the top 5. I mean, I'm so proud of you, and I'm also proud of everyone that's in the inner circle, everyone that's in the Imaginator, everyone that pops up here that's unselfishly, consistently on a day-to-day basis and went over there and did a vote and did a vote and did a vote and did a vote. And so when are we going to find out when you win?
Hold on, let me double check on that.
It's like 5 or 6 days from now, right?
I believe so. But what I wanted to say truly from the bottom of my heart, thank you. I did not know you guys donated that amount for childhood cancer research, and that just blew my mind. I did not find out about that until this morning by accident.
Did they tell you how much you raised so far?
Yes, they did. But I'm not going to sit down and calculate all the numbers. It was just mind blowing. June 13th is the deadline. At 7 p.m. Pacific time. So,
Hey, I'm good. I'm good with numbers. If you want to send that over to me so I can calculate it for you, because that's another thing that you should be saying, Kai. You know, thinking this rundown for the next couple of days, you can make posts saying, I want to thank each and every one of you for helping me raise $22,000 for children's cancer.
I was actually planning on doing that tomorrow.
Yeah. And then let's go, you know, I as a beneficiary of what we're all doing for children's cancer, I'm so honored to be in first place. And I make a commitment to every one of you that continue to vote each and every day that a percentage of my winnings will also go to the children's cancer.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So you guys all like that? Man. So Kai, you now know I know that you've really struggled throughout your the last 4 or 5 years. You've really struggled with a large group of people that don't give a shit about you and won't listen to you. All right.
It is what it is, but I took it as a learning lesson, you know.
Yeah.
And
so
live and let God.
Yeah. So what you've realized since this contest happened, that instead of focusing on those people at the wrong place at the wrong time in life, you now can focus on the group of people that love you that make this happen.
Absolutely. It's kind of what is actually the main question of that I wanted to ask you. I had a little conversation with a person who used to be part of my team, and I asked the really interesting question: how come you never interacted or asked for any help? And his first answer was, I'm afraid of Robert. What? You never talked to him. How are you afraid of him?
Yeah.
And it just did not make any sense. And I'm like, okay, honestly, let me know when you're ready. I have no time for this crap.
Yeah, I would have say, listen, let me reach out to Robert and put us in a group chat and tell him that you're scared of him, and let's see what he answers.
I actually asked him to do that. He said, no, I don't want to do that. And I'm like, good, see ya.
Then we pretty much know that people make up stuff not to do things.
Exactly.
Yeah, how many of you know that there's times in your life where you could won the contest for coming up with bullshit excuses? I mean, hey, we're very creative, aren't we? You know what I mean? Like, let's wait until after Cabo, Oh, what?
Don't touch me.
But we do it, don't we? It's if we don't feel like
tan and lose another 20 pounds before Cabo. I just bought a string bikini. I'm kidding, of course. I'm gonna be wearing the same shit I wear here, so I don't care how hot.
I now don't have the ability to go to the next subject. To see you in a string.
If I go to Cabo, I'll be doing the same thing.
I'm about to cut this off.
I'm like
host here today.
Oh my God, no one will be able to get my attention. I'll be just following her around like
a puppy. Is this conversation going to get rated X?
Anyway, on this Ask Me Anything, we're going to go ahead and move on here. No, thank you so much, Kai. Thanks for everything you're doing for childhood cancer. And everyone go vote for Kai. We posted the links in chat on YouTube and on here. All your donations go to childhood charities and stuff that you do vote. Kai, I'm sure if you want, you could share a little bit more about that, or Dad.
Yeah. Today is a 2-for-1 vote today. So, for example, 1 free vote equals 2 votes. And if you choose or wish to make purchase votes, $25 equals 25 votes. For example, obviously, proceed goes towards childhood cancer research, and that was something that was near and dear to me when I used to have money. I used to donate to breast cancer research and childhood cancer research at St. Jude's Hospital in Indianapolis all the time. I have not done that ever since, but things are going to change very, very quickly. So thank you for everybody's support. Robert, thank you for answering that question for me.
You bet.
How do I deal with this guy? And I'm just going to cut him off.
It's very, very difficult in life if you have a heart and you care for people and you throw the life preserver into them and they don't want to grab it.
Or they let the smallest thing keep them from doing something amazing.
It's people doing people things. You know what I mean? It's people. You know, when I heard this from day one when I got in this industry, and I guess me, I just have a lot of faith, and I got ignorance on fire. And one of the things that my mentor said to me is he said, you can focus for 60 days, 60 days, and you won't have to wait for the rewards that most people won't get in 5 years. And he says, all I want you to do is compact, take all your effort and build momentum. If you build momentum, your life will change forever. And I went, okay. So, because once you get a rank and once you get a check, it's crazy. You hit 25K, you make 10 grand. And it's like, yeah, I think that every one of you would think different. I just know you did.
That would change a lot of people's lives right now.
Oh, yeah. So thank you, Kai. I love you.
Thank you very much, Robert.
Thank
You
you,
bet.
Kai. Appreciate you. Okay, we're going to move on to the next person with their hand up, which is Raymond Freeman. Raymond, I'm going to ask you to unmute here. Are you with us?
Yes, sir. Right here. Let me get my hand lowered. I'm on my phone with that. So
Hello, hello.
How you doing, Raymond?
doing great. How about yourself?
Blessed and highly favored and deeply loved. I can't just do okay.
I hear you. I hear you. Well, I'm multitasking right here, so I'm okay. Now I'm great.
Awesome. Awesome.
And Terry, I've got a question for you, if
Okay.
you don't mind. Can you tell that I'm in the inner circle?
Oh, what is that?
It's my cat.
Aw,
You
cute.
see, in the inner circle, I had this cat. It was Curiosity, and hi Dino, and me and Robert, it's kind of a I guess a private joke, whatever, in the circle joke. But we killed the cat of Curiosity, but I got a new cat, and I'm thinking I'm thinking about naming this cat Consistent Patience and Good Vibes.
There you go.
So Raymond reached out in the group, and soon as we did talk about the new link, he just started asking questions. and the overthinker, and I said, so you overthinking? And he said, well, I'm just doing what I do. He says it's Curiosity killed the cat. And my response was, I don't want you killed.
Yeah, he said, don't die.
Don't die, it is pretty funny how, a lot of people immediately go into overthink mode. And overthink mode is the opposite of faith. It really, truly is. It's like,
do you remember my response to that?
Give it to me.
I said that something like that I'm going to stop being so curious and jump in the gun. Well, I didn't say jump in the gun, but I'm going to redo it. My cat, Curiosity, that died, bless his soul. He, always looked for answers to stuff that if you will just be patient, this is patient. If you'll just be patient, either Robert or MDC is going to come out with a video probably the next day to explain everything and make it super simple, But
so you guys have seen me on a lot of videos, yes and yes, right?
Oh yeah.
And you guys see me always talking about Dino, that's always talking you out of everything. And just constantly all the voices. You guys think that I keep this on my desk to entertain you guys? This is for me. This is for me and every voice that tells me, I don't know, I don't understand. Why would you do that? Do you think that people would like that? What do you think people think? Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. You know, it's like, it's crazy how much I talked to a really good friend of mine, Neil, and we were doing a couple of pretty crazy stuff right now with MDC. And you know, I constantly catch him mentally sabotaging himself. You know what I mean? And saying little things like this. We all do it. We all do it. It's like, wow, I heard Michelle on a video and she had a lot of people on there and she did some shouts out because people's was on the video. But I wonder why she didn't say my name.
Oh, geez.
You know what I mean? Man, when I first met Lisa, this was the thing that just constantly ran in Lisa Marie's head, and that's why I'm so proud of her. We would do things, and Lisa could hear things that weren't happening that made her upset with herself because she was letting people down. Am I right, Lisa? Yeah. And I would say something, and I know none of you have done this. I would say something and she would hear it differently than everybody else because of her perspective and where she was from. So how many of you have ever listened to somebody and the person will say something like, you know, anyway, those people that are constantly not putting their link on their Facebook page are a bunch of idiots. And I get messages all the time. They go, man, you didn't have to say that in front of all those people. I go, what? Well, I haven't been smart enough to didn't want to put my link on my website. So people actually think that you're directly talking to them and chastising them in front of a group of people. Well, this is a lot of trauma and stuff that has happened in their past. And the reason that I understand that is because when I first was learning, I did the same thing. I always thought that any example that was brought up was pointed at me. They were talking at me. They were making me look stupid in front of everybody else.
When they didn't even have you in their head.
Yeah, they didn't know you were being an idiot. they didn't even know that you wasn't, you know, you were doing things wrong. And it's like, so when people say that, when people say, wow, thanks for the ass kicking. And my response is usually, you're welcome. Blessed to be a blessing. Because most of the time, I don't even know why they're beating themselves up. You know, so thank you, Raymond. I appreciate you.
I wanted to bring up one more thing. I'm not sure if you've seen it in the chat. Daniel G said, we all imagine we have a handicap, yet with the right training and systems, we're indeed masters in our own right. And that was in our Zoom chat, you know. And when I first started with the inner circle and with the imaginators and, you know, chatting with you, being trained by you, I was hesitant to even join, as you know. But, you know, if you make that first step and realize that everybody has things that hold them back, everybody has handicaps of some sort.
Yeah.
And Robert, you know I do.
Well, thank you, Raymond. I think the goal here is you guys have heard this phrase, right? And again, I'll be, you know, on my deathbed and I'll be holding this book up saying, make sure you guys read this before I die. You know, it's just made such a huge thing in my life. And here's something that you guys all know is when you can take your things that you think are your weaknesses and turn them into superpowers. That book taught me that the things that happen in my life, that they didn't happen to me, they happened for me. Let me say that again. When you can look at everything that's happened in your past and you look at it as a little nudge or something that happened that got you to where you needed to go. And so how many times have you guys heard inspirational stories about people? And what they said is, yeah, you know what? I got in a plane wreck 3 people died in that plane wreck, and I was the only person that lived. And then they say this statement: I guess God's not done with me. I guess I got some stuff to do. Well, then that, plane wreck didn't turn out very good for the other 3 people. But for that person, they went, I got another release on life. I need to be more grateful. I need to be more, bolder. I need to start taking risks. You know what I mean? And so yeah, when you hear people that constantly say, well, you got to take those clouds and turn them into silver linings. You know what I mean? That book did that for me, because it immediately made like, man, while I was going through being on workman's comp, with my knee, and my whole life was miserable, I couldn't see it at that time. I was mad at everybody, including God. What did I do wrong? What did I do wrong? What did I do to deserve this? And it's like, listen, you're not listening to me. I've been whispering in your ear. I've been like hitting you on the shoulder with a stick. And then you get up and really make a bad decision. You get up in the morning, and every day you turn to me and you say, I surrender all. I surrender all. Give me the words to say, give me the utterance to say, interrupt me in the middle of my sentence if I'm saying something wrong. Push me. Push me. Get my attention. Hey, thanks for giving me that permission. Wham. Now I'm sitting in an emergency hospital room and having a doctor telling me I'm not going to be a mechanic anymore. So ask for my life to change, and now I'm complaining because it changed. So if you guys right now are surrendering all and asking the master imaginator to help you with your life, and the rest of the stuff that you're doing is not getting any results, no blessing, just simply ask, hey, what did you whisper to me again? I'm going to be quiet. And I'm going to go back to where you were trying to get me to go down one road different than the one I'm always taking. I'm going to listen this time. I'm going to listen. So, yeah, thank you, Raymond.
You're welcome. And we never did get that question asked how you promote dream trips, but maybe that's another video.
How I promote dream trips?
Yeah.
It's a website called dreamtripsint.com/Hollis. You want me to send you the link?
Come on with it, brother. No, I got my own link. I'm part of the team.
I heard today, watch that training that Mark did today. And, here he's doing his best to master his ability to market dream trips. And he goes, that 4-minute video is the best video our company's ever created. Mm-hmm. And so you go in the back to websites in your back office, you click on brands, and you'll see dream trips there, and it's connected right to your link. So I would send that out to people, get them to watch that, similar to the, MDC marketplace. And they're either going to watch the video and join, or they're not.
Or next time they go somewhere, they're going to pay more than they should.
Yeah. And so now if they decide not to do it, that's when you're allowed to follow up. What you should do is then follow up and say, listen, is there a reason why you didn't become a member of the #1 travel club in the world? I didn't get enough information. Great. I got, Josh Swagel and also Mark Smith talking about why Dreams Trips is going to blow everything away. And I also have a presentation of Mark Smith just doing the presentation on his own company. Let me send those over. And oh, by the way, you can create a free affiliate link with this link right here. Bam.
Yep.
There you go. It's now recorded. Now it's recorded. So Raymond, if you say, listen, what was that again? Go back and watch the recording.
All was hit to you, buddy.
We love y'all. Thank you for everything you do.
Thank you, Raymond. Love and appreciate you.
Thank you, Raymond. Thank you so much. Appreciate you.
But thank
Uh,
you, Matthew,
thank
for all
you.
you do.
No problemo. So next is Sandy. Sandy, I'm going to ask you to unmute here. Are you with us?
Yeah, yes.
Hello, hello.
Hello, hello. Hi, badasses. How are you? Okay, I have two questions. So I was watching the replay of Inner Circle, and you were talking about a Zoom that you were on with somebody else from a different company was on there. And I actually happen to have a childhood friend that's in that company also. And I have been talking to her about MDC, but she swears that that is her home. So I asked her today, and she has not read the message yet, but I had just asked her today, hey, we got this new interactive video, and since how you've been in network marketing forever, I'd like you to give me your feedback. But my question is I did not send the video to her. I was waiting for an answer. Should I have just sent the video also?
Yeah. Yeah. The one thing I love about you, Sandy, and you know, there's too many to mention in front of my wife. No, I'm kidding. But Sandy, I can't believe I said that. But Sandy, one of the things is when I see your answers and you asking me this question, you're really good at trusting yourself. So I want you to think how many times you have asked me a question and then you said, I was thinking this, and how many times did I tell you no?
Okay.
You're connected, you trust yourself, and you know how to back that up. One of the things that I would say all the time is I love that, you know, I understand that you're where you are right now, and I respect that. I want to stay connected. And just one time you could say, and see if she bites on it, just went, I can't tell you how many times I've heard Robert jump on Zooms with people that were in other companies and share his philosophy of how he's made all this money in his deal. Now, would you be interested in jumping on a Zoom with me and just having him share some of that stuff?
Okay.
Because he's not interested in you leaving any company. He's just interested in everyone winning. And so, you know, he's helped 67 people make over $1 million, but a majority of those people are in other companies. 9 of those are people that actually own their own network marketing company. Are you okay, Peter? Did you get any on yourself? Yeah. Okay. Now,
It's full of compliments.
hey, hey, they all know that I'm watching, man. They know that I'm watching. I'm like,
Right.
but
Like when I was turning my screen the other day.
yeah. So Sandy, that was a great move. So trust yourself. Just
Okay.
totally trust yourself. What company was it?
Melaleuca.
Ah, yeah. And it's yeah, it's just really
Yeah,
amazing.
great gum.
I-
Great gum.
you know, and
Goodness.
you know, the first thing that I said about that company, and it's funny when you say stuff without being you know, you're not trying to knock the company down.
Right.
And so I'm not trying to knock people down either. So, you know, what I said to her is I said, wow, my wife was in that company for a long time. She was also in Avon. And I said, yeah, me and Matt, she asked me and Matt to help her. And I said, all we would get is these letters telling us that we can't do what we're great at. And she goes, yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. And I'm just like, so see, I don't have to say anything. But it's pretty amazing that people won't like How to Win Friends and Influence People. If you guys haven't read that book, that's one that's really big on the really big on the list.
Look at that.
So, yeah. So what you got to do is you don't ever want to attack them about anything,
Okay.
you know. And then another thing that I said to her is I go, you know, it's really difficult when there's certain people out there that market and teach their people to sort of be deceptive in the first connection. You know what I mean? And so I told her, and it happened. I got flown out to Melaleuca in Idaho, and I got to meet Frank Vandersloot personally, along with leaders. And yeah, he said, well, after he showed me the plan and everything, and he goes, well, what are your thoughts? And I said, I don't think it's a good fit for me because I can't start out with a conversation telling people it's not multi-level. I just can't do that. And he goes, what do you mean? And I said, well, I'm simple. I said, I'm very, very simple. And the word multi means more than one. And so you're telling me that if I brought in 10,000 people, that you're not going to pay me on them. And he goes, no, where did you hear that? I said, well, you're not a multi-level. So you're definitely not going to pay me on multi-levels. And he just looked at me with this snarl on his face. And I'm just going, golly, because that's still in the back of somebody's mind. I don't care if you're one of the top producers in that company. Well, let's all get on a deal. And why don't you guys tell people that they can make money? And let's tell them that they can make 10,000 in their first 60 days in the company. Let's just, because that gets people excited and at least you'll get them in. And it's like, but if they don't do something, they're not going to make 10 grand. Yeah, we know, but we need to close these people. And I'm like, what the hell? What? No. So any other questions you have, Sandy?
Nope, that was it.
All right. Can Terry ask you a question?
She sure can.
Well, I love you guys. You know how much I love you guys, each and every one of you. And I know a lot of you always come on and give us love and support to hear other people's questions and how we answer them. It still blows my mind how many AMAs we have on our YouTube channel. So, it's crazy that a lot of people see how long they are, but I always create content that I wish I had. I always create content that I wish I had. I know this is going to sound like I'm bragging, but man, a brand new person in this day and age that could jump on listen to me, I love saying that, our YouTube channel that we're all creating together. And I'd like to have someone go through those videos and not find what they're looking for. And that content wouldn't be as great as it was without the love and support of you guys. Because I don't know how to ask myself questions that you guys ask all the time. So thank you. So Matt, back to you. Let's sign off. Have a great day.
I mean, I feel like that was a great sign off. So unless Mom, you have anything to say.
Nope. I got to take Grandma some applesauce. So
we'll let you get to that. Give her my love and everything. So with that said, we're going to end the AMA today. Thank you all for being on here with us today. Thank you, Dad and Mom, for answering all the questions that the amazing people on here had. You can reach the Imaginators. We're doing the Imaginators tomorrow at noon. If you're an Imaginator, if not, roberthollis.com/join or click the join button below. You can hop on there and help us or allow us to bring you into the community here and help you grow your imagination with the rest of us. If you saw some of the people here that are part of that great community, some of them asked questions today, and if you've seen how much they've grown being part of the inner circle and the Imaginators. It's not just about us supporting you and helping you. It's also about the whole community. I can't even tell you guys how often there's other people in those communities in the inner circle and Imaginators that support one another. So if you're looking for a great and interesting community that can inspire you, but also support you and be there for you and what you want to accomplish and do in your life, definitely go to roberthollis.com/join and check those out. Like I said, tomorrow at noon. Most of the time we do noon. We call them nooners sometimes, but going lives every day. My dad does lives almost every single day at noon on this channel. So
I do nooners all week, man.
Exactly. Anyway. And then on Thursdays we have the inner circle at 3 o'clock. So that's the other community that I was talking about. So thank you guys all for being on here on the weekend with us. Love and appreciate all you guys. I'm going to ask everyone if they want to unmute here so we can all say goodbye to one another. Thank you guys. Love
Love
and
you all.
appreciate ya.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Love you
Thank
all.
you.
Good.
Good
Good.
luck.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
Sandy.
you.
Thank you,
Robert.
Raymond, Kai, Lisa Marie, Bill,
Yeah.
Jody,
Dodge
Mike,
Rock.
Kevin,
Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody. Thank
Bye. We
you.
love y'all.
Yes, bye,
Thank you.
Leo.
Tim, and
Bye
Diane.
bye.
Thank you. Thank you,
Thank
See you
Jamie.
you.
tomorrow.
Thank you, Peter and Linda. Thank you, Peter and Linda. Thank you, Peter and Linda.
Aw,
Thank you, James.
how sweet Peter and Linda are.
Yeah, Jerome,
Always.
Arthur. Hi, Arlene. Nice to see you on here.
Hi.
George. Hi, George. Nice to
What's
see you,
up,
brother.
Robert? Nice to see you too, brother.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Diane.
everybody.
Thank you, Daniel. Melody, love you, love you, love you. John and Raymond. So you guys have a great.
Everybody. Well.
Bye-bye.
Love you guys.
God bless.
See you the Imagineers tomorrow. See you guys.